All right, everybody, as things have grown through a decade, I open that up. We're still moving, trying to get this thing cracked off, but it's difficult. I don't care if I make a bunch of these because promised a few who just absolutely are in love with the North American Indian and want to see the rhyme and reason of things that I would film some of this and bring them into a later stage of moving day. So that's all good. Now, where are we? Now on the bottom, as I mentioned, a lot of these bigger pieces are going to find their home. But they go down here. If I can just show you, if it'll work at all. Big pieces down here. I don't even know this is going to work. Big quartz. Very uncommon. I don't find a whole lot of those game balls right there. And I have some pieces that are super unique, as well as scrapers that are super unique. I don't save a lot of scrapers, but I do some. I can't believe I did that without dropping this. And these that you're looking at are not small. They're very big. They're over 3 inches. So they go on the bottom anyway. And I have different bins for different things. Some of you haven't seen this. Down here, my very best Guilfords going on. And then I even have a bin for smaller Guilfords. I got a place that I keep my G10 that are, most all of them are just about 1 3/4, 2 inches, which is a very, very common size for arrowheads, for Atlanta darts. Unbelievable stuff. Now, I just remembered something. This bin here, just in terms of particular style and what have you, that's where this piece I was showing you before needs to have its home. Usually, that's the process. It'll just move around, and it's an organic process. Up here, drilled pieces. Never found a Fulgor, Orgat, I think they call them. Just unique artifacts, drills. Found some. Favorite sites. It's a favorite bin from a favorite site. Then I have mid-level, which I'm not totally rating them off. I mean, they're in my display quality, but my quartz that are thicker, heavier, and bigger, which reminds me as we look at these of this one, which has its place. I have a home for everything. There's really a lot of room. Now above it, it is quartz. Some I've done, if you go back in time, I've done some videos that highlight, it's a lot louder than it actually is, that highlight sugar quartz. Super resilient stone. Once they got it going and they knew how as a master to work sugar quartz, it was an awesome stone for them. An awesome, awesome stone for them. So many different periods of time, as you can see. Those of you who really know points and know styles, dispensations. I'm rolling people through different dispensations. Woodland, archaic, early archaic. The most uncommon are the later periods, Mississippian, what have you. People say, what's Mississippian? Well, you can go way up here. That's probably a triangle that's an early archaic, but Mississippian, to give you an idea, could well be this. So it is what it is. Now, let me see here. There was something that was on my mind to get it going on, and we can do it at one at a time. This. Now in here, I have one bin because they're very rare for crystal grade, gem quality quartz. What could be in there? Pieces like this. See what I mean? And it's solid still, even though it seems to have a vein or a break right through that. It's unbelievable. I mean, look at this stuff. It's crazy, right? Especially when you put this into it against the darker rock. So I'll play around with these things. On video here, it's taking longer just because I want to show a little bit of the personal side. And look at the backdrop of the sugar quartz. It's craziness, right? So, try to get them snug, tuck them in their bed, and we're moving forward. I'll mess around with them a little more just to make sure everything is fit. Now, as we wheel around here and look, I had wondered about this, which is a great piece from the clay pot. It's a biface, because I think they call it that because the back side is just perfectly flat. Whether Flint's ball or Ken, you can tell me about that, Rob. I don't know. I don't know everything as I should. I think the biface is when one side is very humped and the other side is pretty flat. I don't know. All I know is they're perfect for the utility they needed them for. Perfect. Now I have big quartz right here, a bin that holds a lot of big quartz, and they're big. And people here, these are large bins. So I haven't totally settled on where I keep everything, but when I get them put away and I need to just save some time and do it, I'll do it like we're seeing happen now. Going through stuff. This is from the Lookout. A piece like this I know already in my head. I have a small rhyolite bin. I have an even one here. I don't know if it qualifies for even smaller. It probably does. So with small points, I'll just put it right in there, and it just, you can save small points all day that are just top end. It's hard to find a place for the big ones, at least in my world. Like this. It's bigger than my G10s, which really I'm picky about the grade in them. I mean, just look at some of the grade of these artifacts. So since it's bigger, I'm not always exactly sure where to put it in its variated material. Similar to this bin here, just something different. But I'm not sure I want to put that one up there either. Still has good room around places, but when they find their home, they stay for a while, and then I move them on. Now these three are easy down here, because I have promised, I knew why I put them there, and when we keep moving things around, they go in this, what I already know is my G10s. And I have done a series where I pull out all these G10s and you take a close look at them, and it's just unbelievable. This is a totally unique color to a point. It's a different material. I don't know if it's coming in the focus. So I have a section where there's that, and there's color to some things. But it's a very similar material to some of the stuff I found down here, and I'm sure of it. So I know there's room around for very similar materials. You find little straight base Guilfords. pretty simple points as well, like this. So we'll find a place for all this stuff, as well as a place for these down below, and all this. But this seems never ending as the fourth video, and I don't think I'm going to go on. It gives you a good glimpse of all this stuff and the, what I would call overwhelming, I put that there because it's too big to go in a bin, quality of getting this stuff moved forward. This is a bin here where it's holding really great quality rhyolite that's sort of small, sort of medium, just like this one in my hand. So I already know the place where that can have a home, and there's lots of room when they lay in there like that. I don't know if this one qualifies for one of my smaller bins, or if it's going to stay in that medium range, which it probably will. And here there's a lot of different kinds of flint, blacker stuff, unique stuff. To me, it's rightfully overwhelming if you understand the people and you understand their need. And I've slowed down the pursuit of trying to find it. I know exactly where all this stuff is, but oh God, you have to temper yourself. Mecca. As a matter of fact, this and this